Hi everybody, it's Kimberly here. I'm going to start a series about my biggest fears. So I'm going to do like a video every so often concerning one of my biggest fears. And I'm not sure how long it'll be, maybe about 8 or 10 videos, I'm not sure. But the first one I'm going to do is my fear of monkeys. I have a big fear, I guess like an irrational, no, not irrational, because I'm terrified of them. I really am scared of them. And my sister loves monkeys, especially like chimpanzees and stuff like that, big monkeys, and I don't. I'm terrified of them. Anything that can rip your face off and rip your junk off, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm terrified of them. There's been so many incidents of pet monkeys mauling people and ripping their body parts off. They're very strong. They're stronger than a human. I think a man a long time ago, he got his, I think a foot and like, I don't know, one or both hands, his face or his nose bit off or ripped off, and they're so strong. They can literally rip your arms off, your digits, they're super strong. And I'm just terrified of them. And I did do a video where at one point when I was young, I was going to order a monkey. They used to sell these monkeys in the back of magazines and other exotic animals too. And I just remember the monkey, it was a marmoset monkey. It's a very tiny monkey, probably about 8 or 10 inches tall. And it was for, I think, $99, and they would ship it to your house, directly to your house. And I kept saving, trying, and this was back in the 70s, and I never quite made it, so I never got the monkey. And I guess that's good. They made it illegal, and thank goodness, because I think that was a bad thing. They would trap those monkeys in the forest and everything and put them in boxes and just ship them over here, and it was cruel. And so I'm glad that they outlawed it. But the monkeys, I already made a video about the circus, how I hate circuses, especially the ones that use animals. I do. And when they use monkeys in the circus, I feel sorry for them. I just, monkeys should be like swinging from trees, or and outdoor. They need a big area to roam around in and climb trees or whatever they do. But like the ones I'm really scared of are like the chimpanzees and mandrills and baboons. They have this weird face and just they terrify me. Those things are they're very vicious. They can be very violent. And I think a bonobo too. I think that's kind of like a cousin of the chimpanzee. I'm not sure. It's some big monkey. I'm scared of those too. And I do like the gorillas. I love gorillas, actually. They have a different, they're not as violent, or they have a different, they're super strong too, but they're not wired to be as violent like the chimpanzees and those other monkeys. And the orangutans, I do like them. They scare me a little bit because they are very strong. But my sister used to have a picture of these twin orangutans. It's a famous picture. It's been around for a long time. And it's 2 twin baby orangutans, and my sisters are twins. And I swear, it looked kind of like them. It was hilarious. And she had a picture of it on, I think, on her dresser or something like that. And it was just hilarious. One of them looked we have a picture of her and are both my 2 sisters in a picture when they were babies, and then that picture of the 2 orangutans. They look almost alike. It was hilarious. And when we were little, there was a pet store that we had in town, and they had this monkey there, and I think I'm not sure if it was a juvenile chimpanzee, or I don't know what kind of monkey it was, but it was pretty big. It was, I don't know, I'm trying to, you know, I mean, it was a big monkey, but I think it was still like a young monkey, and it was in a cage that wasn't very big. It was like 3 feet by 3 feet. It was cruel, and it was, when my mom saw it, she was saying, oh, that's so cruel, and, you know, we were like, oh, a monkey, you know, and I was a little scared of it, but, or I learned to be scared of monkeys because of that, because it would grab your hair, and they had a sign on it, don't feed it to your fingers, it will eat fingers and stuff like that. But it was on a pedestal in a room, in a back room in this pet store. In the front of the pet store was, I think, like the aquariums and like the hamsters and gerbils or whatever, and the dog supplies and animal supplies. But in the back room, they had the more exotic animals, and that monkey was right by the door. The cage was right by the door. It was kind of up on a shelf or something, I guess. And this is back in the 70s. I was, you know, young and very small, and we would go through the door, and that monkey got so used to it because it had no daily activity. It had nothing to do all day except be in that little tiny cage. And it would wait by the door and wait for people to come through, and he would stick his hand in there and just automatically grab your hair. And it did that to me several times, so I was scared of it. And I remember a couple of times it just made this horrifying face with the with his mouth open, and he had teeth, you know, good, much bigger than a human, you know. And I was kind of scared of it. And you could feed it. You could give it, they had this food that you could buy. I think it was like 25 cents for a little thing. And my sister wanted, she loved to feed it. And she went to go get $1 from my mom. And then she was bringing it back in there. And she walked through, and then she had the $1 in her hand. And that monkey just reached through the bars and snatched that $1 out of her hand. And then he wiped his butt with it, and then he ate it. He ate the $1 after he wiped his butt with it. And we laughed. We thought it was hilarious. And we ran to her mom. He wiped his butt with it, and then he ate it. He ate the $1, you know, and it was hilarious. And eventually, I think, I don't know if somebody reported him or if they just got rid of it, but it was in such a small cage. It was so cruel. And at one point, they had a cougar in it was a regular wood frame sheetrock room, but they put some kind of like cement. They made this area for the cougar, and they cemented the walls, and they made like a cement floor, and then they put this one, it was like a log that was cemented from one side of the floor, and it was at an angle so the cat could crawl up it or to have some activity. But it was in the back of a room that was like maybe 10 or 12 feet long, and it probably was maybe 10, not even 10 feet wide. I would say maybe 8 or 10, I don't know. I mean, it was just in this little room, and they had like plexiglass up there, and you could stand there and look at it, and it was just, I mean, it was a mountain lion, it was cougar, and it was just so cruel and horrible. And I remember somebody did report them for that, and they did have to get rid of it because they didn't have a permit or something, or I don't know. But I just don't like, you know, there's certain animals that you can't domesticate, and putting them in a little cage like that, that's just cruel. Some animals you can, like dogs, cats, horses, and I think maybe, I don't know, cows or goats or something. I don't know what. Other animals you can domesticate, but wild animals like that, you know, they need an open space, and they need to be able to roam around and do whatever they do. And, well, that's just one of my fears that, you know, thank goodness we don't have a big zoo around here where the monkeys can get loose or anything. I kind of have a fear of going to Florida because of the monkeys that are loose there or something. I read something about that one time, and I was like, oh my god, a place with alligators and wild monkeys? No! Okay, well, that's one of my fears. Well, hope everybody's staying safe. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.